Hi everyone, I'm Deb Dietz with SMB Digital Education and Foodie TV. Thanks for being with me today. I wanted to give you all kind of a quick update on where we are with the creation of our online training and education courses. And wanted to focus specifically today on the work that we're doing on what I consider to be our circle of life education. And so we've certainly over the last couple of years have really focused on business education, which is one of our core areas of course creation. And those courses cover a lot of different things in business management. So things like business strategy, leadership, marketing, sales, um, revenue generation, process and operations, scenario planning, strategic planning. The list is very long when it comes to our business education. And a lot of our content comes from subject matter experts who are experts in business, who have developed online training courses with SMB. A lot of our content for business also comes from the global business conferences that we hold every year, VC Latinx, Europe X, Asia Pacific X, the Middle East and Africa, and the BRICS Marketplace conferences. And we have all of those experts who are speaking on their topics, their business topics, and we take their content. Many of them create online training courses and master classes. And of course, all of them are speaking at our conference. So we have the recordings, the videos of all of their conference sessions. And we put all that information, all those videos up on our Foodie TV platform. So there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos that are on the platform already as it relates to education and entertainment. So you could literally watch a video about how to build a balanced scorecard, a strategic plan for your business, one minute, and then turn around and watch Die Hard, an entertaining movie for fun. And so Foodie came to be, it really stands, the FUT of Foodie's name comes from the focus on futures, on the future. And so we also have a lot of content from the world's leading futurists. So those topics are fascinating. And so FUT and then the double E stands for education and entertainment. So it's a very unique platform. We had visitors coming from all around the world to watch our business health and wellness videos at no charge. It's all free. And so you may ask yourself, why are we doing this? And I wanted to speak specifically about that today. I get a lot of people asking me, why are, this is, obviously quite a significant undertaking. Why are you making this education available for free? And so when I started building the strategy, our expansion strategy for SMB digital education, we certainly have people that are creating online training courses. So, complex courses. Some of them are, 4-hour, what we call fundamentals courses. Some are creating more advanced courses, many more modules, many more lessons with a lot of information, not just the videos, but also audio files, slide presentations, interviews with other experts, spreadsheets, checklists, supporting materials to support that educational experience. And you can find all that information, and those courses and master classes are available for purchase. But there's a big need out there for fundamentals education for people who are starting new businesses. Maybe these are people that have had career positions and are looking to start their own business, and they need to understand some of the business fundamentals. So we took a lot of the videos from these online courses, working with all these great experts, and put them on Foodie to make those videos available for free. Also with the conference sessions available for free. And then we also have our talk shows that between my business partner and I, we have several talk shows. We have reflections, we have books and authors, we have Ask Deb About Business, Ask Deb About Health, where we interview experts on specific topics, and we put those videos of those discussions also on Foodie for free. So there's an arsenal of information available to business professionals, either those that are in career positions and want to build their skills, maybe they're looking for the next promotion at work, or those that are looking to start their own businesses. There's something there for everybody for their professional development. Today, I want to speak specifically about the Circle of Life education that we're developing. And we've got three new courses that are in development. And these are what I call fundamentals courses. So these are will be 4-hour long courses. And we'll do the same thing. We're going to follow the same process. Well, we'll be developing the courses with a lot more information and material than just the videos. And that, of course, is available on our e-commerce site. But the videos will be put up on Foodie TV so that you can watch them for free. And so 3 of the new courses that we're developing are, again, think about the circle of life. In prior to my nomenclature of using the term circle of life, I was using kind of the working title for this was cradle to grave education. We want to educate people about life from cradle to grave. And we started working several years ago on the creation of an online training course called, at the time, Raising Confident Parents, which has subsequently been rebranded to Pregnancy to Parenting. It's everything you need to know from the minute your pregnancy test turns blue, your pregnancy test strip turns blue, to sleep training your toddler. So that encompassed about 48 different videos. And what we're finding, since we put all 48 videos are now available to watch for free on Foodie TV, is that my objective for doing this is hitting home, because we're finding that some of the most watched videos on Foodie TV are those related to pregnancy to parenting. So we have people from all over the world watching. Many of them are watching pregnancy, the first trimester, the very beginning of your pregnancy. We have many watching the feeding videos about breastfeeding and bottle feeding and formula feeding. We have many watching the videos as it relates to sleep training your baby, healthy sleep habits. And then just how to so you have your making sure that your partner is supporting you in taking care of the baby. There are all kinds of videos related to newborn care, how to bathe your baby, how to diaper your baby. If it's a boy, you diaper that baby different than you do a girl. And this is just information that you need to know if you're expecting or planning on having a baby. So a lot of people around the world are taking advantage of watching these for videos at no cost. So that's kind of the beginning of the life cycle, right? Is birth. And then as go through life as children are growing and progressing, there's also a real issue in the world, and you can't read a newspaper or watch anything online when it comes to elementary education, to know that our kids are not reading or doing math at grade level. And so that's a very sobering statistic. So SMB is also working on creating online education for children as it relates to building reading and math literacy. And we're doing a lot of that work in the metaverse. So children can literally put on their Oculus headset and play a game that helps build their reading and math skills. So that's moving forward in the life cycle. And then, of course, we've got teenagers and adolescents and the things that they need to learn. They need to learn about life skills, things like problem solving, goal setting, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, empathy, communication skills, some soft skills, and financial literacy is an example for teenagers. So those are life skills. These are things that they need to know to be, a happy and healthy adult. So a lot of that, the educational content for those courses are also in development. And then of course, we're dealing with business education, business professionals, those that are holding career positions, those that are business owners, business professionals, people who need to build their skills, either as an entrepreneur or also as a career professional. And we're providing a lot of that education. And then we're moving forward in the life cycle and looking at the aging of our population. And so we've got a course in development now called Understanding the Aging Process. And a lot of the education that we're providing, we have a lot of deep dive information available in the online courses themselves. But we're really focusing on Foodie TV and taking the videos from these courses to provide a real fundamental understanding of these topics. So the Understanding the Aging Process course, we're going to have an introduction to aging, the biological foundations of aging, the physical health and aging, cognitive and neurological aspects, the psychological dimensions of aging, social and cultural context, planning for the future. So that course is in development. We're also focusing on a new course called Introduction to Dementia and Alzheimer's. And this is a real problem out there in the world. Everybody is touched by this. In many cases, many families are dealing with a loved one who has dementia or Alzheimer's. And this is hitting me personally because my husband has Alzheimer's disease and he's in the mid stages of Alzheimer's. And I was personally unprepared for this, and because I had no understanding of the disease or the progression of the disease. So we're building a course called Introduction to Dementia and Alzheimer's, What You Need to Know. As either someone with the disease or you're caregiving for your loved one, a family member, friend, partner. So we're going to teach you how to recognize the early signs of cognitive decline. We're going to walk you through the diagnostic process, which is daunting. And I've been there with my husband. Understanding the disease progression. My husband currently is in the mid stages of Alzheimer's. He's already gone through the early stages, and now here he is in the mid stages, and it's a very daunting process and very challenging for him and his family. We're going to talk about treatment and management options, caregiver fundamentals, what you as a caregiver need to know. I am a caregiver for my husband, and I have to be the one who's advocating for his care. And you can't do that if you don't have the information or a good understanding of the disease. And we're going to teach you that. We're going to teach you what you need to know, how to advocate for your loved one, because you're the one who they're listening to. The healthcare practitioners, the doctors, the neurologists, the neurosurgeons, the hospital staff, all the doctors. There's a whole, army and a team of physicians that are, taking care of these patients. And you need to understand the science behind the disease. You need to understand how to advocate, and you also need to understand how you should take care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you cannot take care of them. And then we're going to talk to you a little bit about how to live the best life you can with dementia, living your best life. And so this is something that is very personal to me with my husband's situation. And that there are things that are happening with him, 4 years ago. And, where behaviors were different, or in my husband's case, searching for words. He'd be in the middle of a conversation with me and couldn't find the right words to complete a sentence. And then things progressed over time. And so, so I've done kind of a, speed course myself in understanding the disease, but it's not just about me. It's about all of you who are facing this as well. So I have a mission here to provide this information to everybody, whoever needs it, at no charge. So this is kind of the mission part of the work we do at SMB, is to provide this information at no charge. And you can take advantage of that information on Foodie TV. And then we're also developing a course called Death and Dying with Dignity, what you need to know about understanding the dying process. You need to understand and learn about hospice and palliative care. Again, personal story, had some experience 11 years ago when my father passed away, and he was in hospice. And again, had no understanding, had no knowledge of the dying process myself. Um, didn't really understand the comfort care or what they were doing for him in hospice, and I didn't understand. I didn't even know in many cases the questions to even ask. Um, so that's very concerning and very scary when you have your dad in hospice and you can't really advocate because you don't know how. And so we're going to teach you how to do that. We're going to teach you about hospice and palliative care. We're going to talk to you about the dying process and comfort care. We're going to talk to you about funeral planning, final arrangements, financial and estate planning, caregiver, family, and grief support. We're going to talk about legal and ethical considerations in end of life planning. And we're going to talk about finding meaning and legacy beyond death. And we've already published 12 of the death and dying videos that are already available to watch for free on Foodie TV. And so we've put the 12 videos, um, we've got four on understanding death and dying, four videos on hospice and palliative care, and four videos on the dying process and comfort care. And those 12 videos are already available on Foodie. And it's very meaningful for me when I see the analytics, multiple times every day of who's watching what on Foodie, and to see that people are really absorbing this information wherever they are in the world. They want the basic fundamental understanding of these topics. And so when I look at, what are the top 10 videos that people are watching, say in the last week, and many of them are on that circle of life, that cradle to grave. They're watching the birth and having a baby and your hospital experience and bringing your baby home and introducing your baby to their siblings and establishing, maintaining the, great relationship you have with your partner, sleep training your baby, all of that. But they're also watching, about hospice and palliative care. And I was joking sort of with my business partner the other day about, we're not getting out of this alive, right? Our life experience at some point will come to an end. And so we want to make sure that you have access to the information, if you find yourself in that position. And so a lot of this came to be certainly on the circle of life education and the business education from my own personal experience and meeting some really smart people around the world who are experts in business management, but also, on the healthcare and the wellness side, and bringing that knowledge to you. So the whole impetus here is to make this information accessible at no charge. And so we've got people, and the thing I love to see is with the pregnancy to parenting videos, we have a lot of people viewing those videos from sub-Saharan Africa. Again, where you have infant and maternal mortality rates are, off the charts when it comes to this, to childbirth and prenatal care in that part of the world. And that people are absorbing that information. They're watching those videos to get that understanding. So that makes it very meaningful, and it's telling me that we're on the right path here at SMB Digital Education. And now with the creation of the free television platform, you can watch our content on television. So if you have a Roku television, an Apple TV, or an Amazon Fire TV, you can find Foodie TV, find the app, and watch all this content for free. And then we're going to be adding Samsung and LG very soon. So if you have that hardware, you'll be able to find that as well. We also are working with global telecom companies in different parts of the world who are finding a lot of value in this life cycle and health, wellness, and business education. And so we're working with a telecom company in the European Union, and we're taking Foodie's content and making it available to their 28 million subscribers We just signed an agreement with another telecom company that focuses on the Southeast Asia part of the world and taking our content to their 45 million subscribers. And we continue to get calls from others. So we are really happy that at the end of the day that we'll have an impact. And that was my intention all along when I created SMB many years ago, really focusing on developing this education, working with really brilliant people. These are people that are experts in their field. These are people that have, been there and done that. On the business education side, we've got people that have, they want to share their expertise with you. You can buy their courses on our platform, and get more than just the videos, but you can watch the videos for free as well. So you are learning from the best of the best. So you'll learn about the pitfalls to avoid, and you'll learn about the critical success factors, what it takes to be successful in business from these people. And so we are going to continue to host our global conferences all over the world and bring really smart people. We're, working on our next conference as we speak, and building our agenda and adding some new topics and new courses. And then those videos will go on Foodie TV. So I wanted to just share all this with you and just introduce you to Foodie TV, let you know what we're doing and why we're doing what we're doing. You get a lot of people asking, why we're giving a lot of this information away for free. Because we want you to set you up for success. We want you to be successful, wherever your walk of life takes you, from a business point of view, your professional persona, or your personal life, your family life, dealing with, your children, dealing with your aging parents, or grandparents. And we want to put this information and make it accessible wherever you are in the world. So I just wanted to share that with you today. Don't be shy. Come and visit us. You can watch Foodie TV. Go to foodie.tv. Put it in your browser, and you'll go right to our web platform. You can watch online. You could download the Apple app and the Google Play app, and you can watch us on television. And wherever you are in the world, you can have access either through the internet, through the apps, and our expansion plans continue. Like I said, we're now expanding into the European Union and Southeast Asia, with our content being part of our telecom partners offering to their subscribers, and that will continue. So thanks for being with me today, and for letting me share a little bit about SMB and Foodie TV and our work, working with the circle of life from birth through the end of life, and what you need to know. I'm Deb Dietz with SMB Digital Education and Foodie TV. Thanks for being with me. Bye for now.